Yeah, I'm Tasman. I have a YouTube channel called Tasman. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and everything else with Tasman. That's T4ZZM4NN. And I will be playing a Dutheon, who is a mountain dwarf paladin. Um, I basically have black hair, green eyes. I'm 52, which also mentioned that I'm 1 minute and 3 seconds older than my younger brother, Burnett. I can't say your name.
Brand.
Brand. And we're just out doing some exploring. I'll let the DM set up that part. But me and my brother are very competitive, so look for some fun times there.
All right. Thank you. Trebek, why don't you tell us about your character? Can't hear you. Muted.
Try again. Hello, everyone. I am Travak. I am also a mountain dwarf, but I am a skillful rogue who is sort of quiet for a dwarf. Is sort of surprising, and I actually don't look as much like a dwarf as my rest of my party here, as I don't really have a full beard. It's sort of, tapered and cut very short with some nice oiled and trimmed. So I almost look like a short human who has that goatee per se. I am male, a little over 4 feet tall, and again, sort of quiet, natured dwarf. I have 2 short swords at my hilt, on my belt, and I am wearing studded leather. So the rest you'll find out very soon enough.
All right. Thank you, Trebek. Arcoda, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Arcoda is a mountain dwarf cleric who carries a big stick as a maul. He likes to pick on his friend Turvok there, who carries his little toothpicks. Likes to balance using spells, and is his first time outside of the citadel of the Hoarfrost and looking for adventure.
Okay. Perfect. Berend, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Berend. I'm also a mountain dwarf. I am a mountain dwarf fighter that carries a big axe, standing 4'6", 165 pounds, and I'm the better half of the brother duo.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Thorfey.
Yeah, screen name Gilrayan. First time, long time. First time streamer, long time gamer. Tonight I am playing the female mountain dwarf Thorfey. She is also a Hoarfrost explorer. I have no beard. Don't ask if I shave or wear. But I'm a wizard by training. I wear the formal robes of my calling. But of course, those would be over my armor. So don't get the wrong idea.
Okay. So you guys all introduced yourself and introduced your characters. Tonight we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition using Sirenscape for audio ambience because epic games need epic sounds. We'll also be using the virtual tabletop fantasy grounds to help us with our gameplay. The module we're running tonight is Journey to the Buried Vale, which I'll show you guys a bit of the cover there. That's the cover art for Journey to the Buried Vale. I believe it was put out by Swordfin Games, available on the Dungeon Masters Guild. If anybody else decides they want to run it for their group, very short. So with all of that being said, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. So you guys have obviously all grown up in the various clans of Citadel Hoarfrost, and you've been studying your respective crafts since your youth, and recently been chosen by High Thane Stonepick to perform your first unsupervised test. And it kind of goes as follows, right? In spite of being given ample time to prepare, you are still nervous as you follow Masters Iron Arm, Bright Smiter, and Flame Gout into the High Thane's Hall. As you walk the carpeted runway towards the High Thane's throne, you glance at the tapestries adorning the stone walls. They depict dwarven heroes in battle, ravaging their foes with martial and magic. You briefly wonder if they were as nervous as you the first time they were summoned before their Thane. As you approach, your masters step to the side, nodding respectfully to High Thane Stonepick. Before taking up positions flanking his throne, as instructed, you and your companions bend knee in unison. He says, "Rise. I've never been one for great formality. I've always been more concerned with what's needing to be done," he proclaims. As you rise, he looks each of you over with a discerning eye before continuing. "You appear to be of an age and ready, so I'll get right to it then. The snows have slowed and spring is on the way. On their last patrol, our scouts spotted a cave near the base of the buried Vale. It looks to be one that we've not yet explored, and as your first expedition, I want you to delve it and map it out. Bring back your findings when you're through, and I'll personally assess your work. You're to be out the East Passage at daylight. Now be gone with you. If I remember my first time out of the hole, you'll likely be wanting to do a little celebrating before you depart. Just keep your heads. It ain't like drills and such out there. You'll need to be watching out for each other if you want to survive." After formal bows, Master Ironarm leads you from the hall to prepare for your journey. So you guys leave the hall. You're going to have to, it's the night before. You're going to prepare. Excuse me. Is there anything in particular, any preparations in particular you'd like to make? As a matter of fact, anybody who has spells should have them selected now. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Short of that, is there any other preparations or anything anybody would like to do before morning?
Ladies and gentlemen, do we have a scribe material? I do not.
Not I.
I'll grab some. I've got some. I will take scribe material.
Gotcha. So you guys are going to make sure that you have the ability to potentially make notes, draw pictures, do what you want to do, right? So that is not a problem at all. As a matter of fact, Thorfey has all the equipment needed, actually, to do such a thing.
That's what she said.
Yeah. That's a little strange now, isn't it?
That shoes on the other foot.
Yeah. Any other preparations?
Make sure I have a few dwarven arrows before I leave.
Trevak, you want to grab a real weapon?
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I've got all I need right here.
Okay.
Berend, make sure you buy a fine Dwarven Summer Ale so you can give it to me.
Ha. You must beat me in the game of killing foes.
No worries.
Oh, so
I have no worries.
So do I hear a bet going on here? Are you guys going to bet?
We're betting a keg of summer dwarven ale.
And what is the bet?
That I vanquish more foes than him.
So it's whoever kills the most foes. And the loser
Vanquish.
buys the winner. Okay, vanquish. I think vanquish means kill, but I could be wrong. So the loser buys the winner a keg of dwarven summer ale. That's the bet, right?
Some of the finest ale. might I mention.
Okay.
My loyalties can be bought.
Well, says the cleric. All right. So, any other preparations before we move on to the next morning?
What are we waiting for?
Okay. Sounds like that's the end of the preparations. Prep time is over. So you guys set out early in the morning. At first light, basically, and you're out the east gate, and you pretty much have an idea. They told you where the buried Vale is and how to find the cave. So after you leave, you realize while lacking the bite of deep winter, the late season winds are nonetheless cold as you and your companions make your way through knee-deep snow. As dwarfs, that's not too high, but there you go. The sun is riding low in the late afternoon sky when from ahead you hear loud howling and grunting. Moments later, a mountain goat crashes from the pine trees, running full speed towards a craggy cliff. Within seconds, a yeti and several frost goblins stumble into the clearing before you. The goblins look to the cliff and then to you. A series of grunts passes between the creatures as they decide you're the easier prey and ready their crude spike clubs to attack.
We're easier prey than goats.
It's their first mistake of the day.
Well, the goats kind of jumped down the cliff face, and these guys don't want to jump down the cliff face. So, in that respect, you are easier prey than goats.
That was a bad decision.
Oh my!
Thank you. I'm here all night.
Maybe not. Not with that kind of thing. So give me a second. I'm going to set you guys up on the map in a completely random order. Okay. And bear with me while I get this hopefully quickly set up. All right. You guys should be able to see everything that's going on there, right? I'm hoping. And I am going to go ahead and roll initiatives for everybody here. Give me a second.
Oh, I really want to see how good I'm going to be at this.
There you go. So the new initiative order is up. This is the order of things.
I go before my big brother. That's all that matters.
Oh, baby brother. It won't matter.
The hunting yeti howls and moves in for an attack. Actually, he's going to move here. He is going to target Brand.
Oh, jeez.
Down goes Frazier.
Second while I get this right. Oh, you know why? Because it's not his turn. Now it's his turn, and he targets Brand. There we go. First attack is a bite.
I don't know if I'd be in front. Just saying.
I'm just saying as a random order, like I said. That is that.
Lev,
Just saying.
take a
I won't be in
moment
front.
that question.
All right, 1 second. Second one is the claw. Misses with the claw. What is your question, sir?
The terrain, are those big round things?
They're trees with branches that go all the way to the ground.
Okay.
Okay. And they actually provide between you and what's ever on the other side half cover.
So I'm just wondering how how with that, and especially the position I'm in, where I've got some pretty good cover, am I visible, seen easily?
You have half cover, right? So the question is, you want to know if you can hide, right?
If I was sort of hidden by the trees and they weren't really looking at me.
You're not currently hidden, no.
Okay.
You didn't start off hidden.
That's fine.
It is your turn.
Yep. I will. Go there.
Okay.
And I will pull out my crossbow. Drop one of my drop my short swords.
Drop your short swords. Pull your crossbow. And what is the play here? Because if you're going to fire through Thorfey, it's going to be some cover there. You're going to be at -2.
Okay. Didn't realize my own guy was covering there, so yeah, okay, then we'll go with that.
Actually, before you do that, hold on one second. Let me see something.
I didn't think that my
Yeah, he's only medium. Yep.
all right, so with cover, I'll be firing at the Yeti. -2. And he's within 5 feet. So that'll be a sneak attack.
You don't put the sneak attack on unless you hit. Yep. So what do we got?
I got a miss.
You got a miss.
Got a miss.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
That'll be it, and I will end my turn.
You end your turn. Okay. You end your turn, and it is Goblin 8's turn. So Goblin 8 moves up and targets Barend and attacks. Hitting. Whoa. Ouch. That brings us to Frost Goblin 13.
You might not be winning that bet.
Yeah, well, if I wasn't out front, just saying. I don't mind though.
Thorfey gets targeted. Gets attacked. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thorfey, you are up.
All right. I am targeting, casting a sleep spell, and I'm
Okay.
targeting the area in front of me. Those
Which-
people in front of me.
which-
I believe Say again?
Which specific spot? I need to know the exact 5-foot square that you're targeting.
Did Barend fall down?
Yes, he's
Yes,
down.
he did.
He's already sleeping.
Mhm.
So
Baby
we're going
brother
to.
taking a
yep.
nap.
So let me just draw this up. Sleeping actually, so it's going to be range 90 feet. Everything within 20 feet of that point. So let's put the square back here. 10, 15, 20. Okay, I am going to put the point here. So that's everything within 20 feet. So I'll use a marker.
Put a marker so I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, hold on. Let's grab this.
going on?
Just trying to find the right marker. Hold on. There we go. Looks like this. Can
Looks
you
like
see that?
no. Did
See
you
that?
drop it?
I did, but it's too small. I think. Hold on. Let me just.
Here, let me help you here. So,
It's basically yeah.
is it this
So-
5 foot square you want to hit?
Nope. It's too forward. Two to the north.
2 to the north.
So
1,
everything
2.
within
So
20
there.
feet of that spot, right? So it catches all the goblins and the mountain yeti, including Barrett, unfortunately, but not myself.
Okay, so you're gonna put it there, right?
Correct.
And you're gonna roll, what is it, 5d8?
Right.
Okay, so put 5d8 in the chat window.
Okay. Is that built into the?
I don't
No.
think it is. No, you're just gonna have to
Okay.
grab a d8 and right click until you get 5.
Got it.
You don't have to worry about hitting Berend because he's already sleeping.
Exactly. He's gonna not take anything off the hit points. All right, I've got. It's like I've got 5d8, and I'm gonna put him in the tower or the chat window.
No, in the chat window.
All right. Boom.
Okay.
Ah.
Total of
Okay.
19, right? And the way I do this is from directly north in a clockwise fashion, and it goes from closest to farthest, right?
I thought it goes in lowest hit points to highest.
I think you're right, unless there's a tie for hit points, and that's when I do that.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
exactly it. Yeah. So
Okay.
Frost Goblin 9 is the closest. And he definitely goes asleep. So let me, oops, wrong button. Bear with me. Unconscious. He's unconscious. So then the next thing would be the hunting yeti or the frost goblin, and in either case you are not putting anybody else to sleep.
Wow. All right. Excellent. I'm going to shift myself over to the side here,
Okay.
and I will end my turn there.
All right, and you end your turn in such a space. That brings us to Frost Goblin 9, who is conveniently sleeping. Brand makes makes a death saving throw and a critical success and regains a hit point,
Wow.
becoming conscious. Wow.
Ha!
Look at that. Look at that. And Berend, it is your turn.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, I can't move. Oh,
Well, you're currently prone, right? So standing up from prone is half your movement,
yes.
right? And then, so with that being said, you're still engaged, so you would have to disengage.
I'll swing.
So instead, you're gonna swing. Okay, target whoever you're gonna target.
Yes. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
So which one are you going after?
I am going after 13, I guess it is.
Frost Goblin 13, the guy directly
Mhm.
to your west. Okay. Hitting with your great axe.
Death. Beast.
Come on. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So you rolled the 1, but it re-rolled it to make it a 4. And you have dished out 7 points of damage. And the goblin is heavy. Okay. Anything else, or are you passing your turn?
I move there, I move away from him. All right, I'm done.
All right. Dutheon.
Should
Your
I go
baby
steal
brother
the
got
kill?
Well, your baby brother got smacked to the dirt and then miraculously stood back up. in a show of sheer will. It's up to you on what you're gonna do. You got to tell me.
So I shout out, "Nobody hits my baby brother!" And I run
Oh,
up to
hey,
here.
and
And he's gonna vulture your kill.
No, I'm
he
being
went
nice.
after
I'm
a
not
different
killing
one.
his. This is the
He
one
went
that hit
after-
him.
yeah.
He's sleeping.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's
No,
not.
this
No,
one's
he's not.
That
Oh.
was the one way up there.
Oh.
And these guys are all wide awake.
Hitting. And he is now
Oh.
heavy.
All right,
He's
and that
not
will
hit.
conclude my turn.
All right, and now it's Arcoda's turn. And you're moving to there, Arcoda?
Well, Arcoda's gonna raise his maul and point it at Brienne, and his holy symbol is right at the tip of the maul, and he casts the healing word.
All right. So, Beren gets 7 points of healing. Nicely done. And now you're going to move there.
Ha!
He's gonna scurry around this tree,
Scurries around the tree.
winding up as he's building energy.
And which one is he targeting? Like, I don't know. So, hold on. You should have done that with advantage.
Just roll another die.
Yeah, just attack him again. Wow.
And as he
Well, you're-
swings, he grabbed the hold of the tree. He was so excited, and the maul got stuck in the tree.
Nice, nice. So,
Well, you took out part of the tree branches.
You show that tree.
Okay. So now we get to the top of the order, and it's the Hunting Yeti's turn again. And the Hunting Yeti is... Let's see. We'll do this randomly. The Hunting Yeti is now going to not target Beren. He's going to target Arcoda with that big maul. Attack with his bite.
It's stuck in a tree.
It looks scary. Missing and attacking with his claw. That hits. All right, 7 points of damage. Ending his turn. Travak.
All right, I will try to see if I can do a better job with this crossbow, which clearly seemed to go better in the practice arena area. But we'll see if I can get a better shot now that I'm not moving with it. And I don't have anyone blocking my line of sight.
Depends
I
who
will
you're
be-
attacking.
I will be attacking number 13 Goblin.
Frost Goblin 13. Go ahead.
All right, so crossbow, fire away. Much better, much better. Now I'll
Nice
throw
shot.
on that sneak attack.
Apply
I got
sneak
lots
attack.
Lots of friends around him.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
All right, so you kill Frost Goblin 13.
He vultures
now
our kill,
He
brother.
vultures your kill.
Yeah,
You guys should have,
that
you
don't
guys should have been
count.
on the quiet one.
All right, Travak, anything else from you?
I will drop the crossbow, pick up one of my short swords that are on the ground, and I will then end my turn.
Okay, Frost Goblin 8. Frost Goblin 8, I'm going to do the same decision-making process I used before, and he does stay with Berend.
Good.
Attacking and missing.
Oh,
He still feels pretty comfortable with what's going on. Thorfey.
Thorfey. Is going to target Frost Goblin 8 and attempt to hit the goblin with Ray of Frost.
Okay. Ray of Frost, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Not a-
I'm
not a
hoping.
fast guy.
So you hit him.
Anything?
Heals him.
Anything what? You hit him
Okay. And I'll go ahead and try the damage and see how it goes.
and see how it goes.
Oh, the
Okay.
eagle likes it.
There you go. Nice. So you apply 2 points of damage to Frost Goblin 8. Anything else?
He doesn't look any worse for wear, does he?
Well, you know, he took a little damage.
Uh-huh. All right, I am good.
All right, Frost Goblin 9, still asleep. Borend.
Berend is going to swing at Frost Goblin number 8 one more time,
Okay.
adding the killing blow to this foul beast.
Wah, wah, wah.
And I will shift
You will what? You will shift where?
right there.
There. Okay. All right. Anything else on your turn?
I will end my meager turn.
Dutheon, it's your turn.
So I'll go ahead and move just right there for the advantage.
There you go. Make sure you click your advantage box on your attack.
Go ahead and do
Setting
my
Big
attack
Brother
again.
up. This kill will be 50-50.
50-50.
I don't think he's sharing. Good hit.
Oh,
Ah, brother,
Ooh.
that's how it's
Ooh.
done.
There we go.
you're welcome.
That's one.
Dutheon
for me.
1, Berend 0.
0. Don't worry, I got count.
All right.
I think he
Luthien,
missed.
anything
I
else
think
from
he
you?
missed. He was tripping on his own blood on the ground. That's what it was.
Dutheon, anything else from you?
Oh no, sorry, I was writing notes. There
No
we
worries, no worries.
Yes. And now Akoda can get the
Arkoda's
advantage.
going to yank his maul out of the tree.
Okay.
Steps 5 feet north. And swings overhead at the Yeti to try to get to his chest.
Oh boy.
Woo!
Hitting.
Hit.
Wounded.
Then he
Hunting
will,
Yeti is
as he
now-
lowers his maul, he's looking into the holy symbol and targets himself. And feels a
Yeah.
surge of health.
Oh boy, here we go. Healing word. All right. And that is the end of that round. And it comes down to the hunting yeti's turn. The hunting yeti. One second. Excuse me. The hunting yeti in a blind rage.
Yay.
Rage.
Yep. He stays targeted on Arcoda.
Ooh,
Attacks with a bite.
Who's Arkoda?
Yeah, that's you. Hit.
Ouch!
And the claw. Wah, wah, wah. Shavak.
All right. Pick up the other short sword that was on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and if I move to that spot, does the tree cover overhanging me give me any kind of cover on my defense?
It's actually difficult terrain, and in that spot, I would say you would not get cover from an attack.
And
Okay.
the snow's piled up a little bit on the ground there too from it being knocked off with the maul.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm still moving there.
Okay.
I was trying to get into a more advantageous position, but clearly there wasn't an opening in the combat. So I will,
Mhm.
with both of my quote unquote toothpicks in hand, we'll try to see now that this tree has been cleared a little bit, if I can get both in on the Yeti. So first with my primary hand, swinging on the Yeti with a hit, and I snuck up. He didn't see me coming, so I will apply my cunning extra damage here, and bring him to a heavy mode. I will then continue with my offhand, other short sword, attacking the Yeti with another hit,
Nice.
Nice.
and will do more damage to him.
Tink, tink, tink.
And I will end my turn.
Thorfey.
Thorfey, bleeding a little, but looking at the hunting Yeti, going to target the hunting Yeti and use Ray of Frost on the hunting Ray and see if it might work a little better than it worked on the Frost Goblin.
Okay,
Here
give
we
that a
go.
try.
Ray of Frost. Boom. Hit.
Try some damage.
There we go. Ray of Frost.
Anyone on this
Oh,
stream, feel
almost
free
got
to chat.
Resisted. Oh,
It almost looked like it healed him.
almost.
Thorfey, probably not a good idea to throw snowballs at the Yeti.
Well, if I had any fireballs, I'd be throwing them at you.
Are you sure her name's not Elsa?
Oh, nice.
Let it go.
Anything else from Thorfey?
Thorfey is going to stay right where she is and end her turn.
All right, end your turn. Frost Goblin 9 continues to smart away. Baren.
Ren is getting tired of this battle. Swings his mighty, mighty great axe at the
With
Yeti.
advantage.
Mighty, mighty great axe with a hit.
Oh,
Go ahead and
roll advantage, but that's all right.
you up?
So they're supposed to have advantage, but that's all right.
Well, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
One for one.
So with all of that being said, I'm not going to go through the motions for you guys to clean up the last one that's sleeping. I'm sure you're all going to gather around and execute him in summarily fashion, right? So
Yeah, I've trained a lot with nature and the nature of the beasts of this area. I'd like to take a look at these, the Yeti as well as one of the Frost Goblins that I hit with my cantrip. They seem to be not very affected by them, so I was wondering if I can use my nature skill, which is trained up and I'm very familiar with a lot of these beasts, to see if I can determine what effects or resistances they may have against the attacks I used on them this day.
so you can completely realize that the Yeti is just immune to cold. He's not going to take any damage from cold thrown at him.
Right.
The Frost Goblin did indeed take damage, and it didn't say it was resisted. So, with that being said, you're pretty sure that there's nothing special about them.
So if I inspect that particular dead goblin, I can see that there was some injury where I hit him.
Yes, there was definitely injury where you hit him.
All right.
And he, he did take damage. It just wasn't that great of a shot, so to speak, right?
Understood. All right. Well, then the frost goblins aren't so immune to frost, it seems.
Yeah, they are not so immune to frost, it seems.
Lev, I will be retrieving my crossbow so I don't lose it in the snow.
Yep.
And I'd like to take the Yeti's horns.
All right, so we're going to mutilate the Yeti for trophies, and we're going to go ahead and make sure we pick up our equipment. That's all fine and dandy.
And take a rest.
Oh, and take a rest. Well, that's rather presumptuous, but is this the decision of the group? We're going to stop and rest, and if so, for how long?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bind my wounds here, so I'm gonna need a few minutes anyway.
Well, I will. If that's what we're gonna do, I will seeing how I didn't have a lot of good elevation and it seemed to hinder my first attack, I will use my skills and try to chop down some pretty good tree branches and try to make some makeshift stilts that I could carry with me and use potentially if needed again.
So stilts are going to require some training more than you're going to get in your little.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty
yeah.
acrobatically, so maybe I figure at least I can have it. At least it might be a better shot. I'm pretty good
All
at
right.
with.
So here is the question of the day: are you guys or are you not trying to achieve a short rest?
Let me just make an argument for it. If we don't rest, you don't get healed.
Rest.
I think I'm ready to
That's a
rest.
very compelling argument.
Well, just
These trees look like good shelter. We could, get under the branches here and get it out.
Arcoda, do you need just an hour rest?
I just need an hour to catch my breath.
That's it. You don't need a full day to.
All right. So, with all that being said, if a rest is going to happen for an hour,
Short rest.
and you, Travak, would like to make stilts, you will not get the benefit of such a rest because you're going to be busy actively building and chopping.
I don't need a rest.
That is all well and good. I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page, and you guys go ahead and accomplish a short rest. Why before? Why do you say that as I'm clicking the button?
Right.
What was going on? What was going on? What'd you want to do?
No, that's all right. It's fine.
Tell me.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So
it kind of doesn't matter. I can fix it whatever it is. So the answer here is
I'm going to use a hit die to
right.
Unless
Right.
there's no other.
And you would have done that before the rest, is what you're trying to say.
I would have took a second wind before the rest.
Right. So go ahead.
I don't have a second wind.
Just do
Right.
those things. Take your second wind. Go ahead and take your hit die.
The hit die is done on the rest, correct? Is that where you use a hit
yes.
die for? Yeah, it's during a rest. So yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Lev, do you want me to make either a survival or a nature check to see how well I'm able to make these makeshift stilts?
Not at all. I'm going to assume that you make a satisfactory repair.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Orphe binds her
Take a
wounds.
stump with you.
Looks good now.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Berend, did you take care of all your maintenance?
I have no tab on my character to take a second wind with.
I
have the ability, but not
Hold
the tab.
on.
You're looking in actions.
Mm-hmm.
I got you right here. So 1 second. So dodge, dwarven resilience. Where did it go? I will take care of it really quickly. 1 second. It was there at some point. So fighter's second wind. POW. Don't touch it yet.
I had it. It was there.
So how is everybody doing
Oh,
today?
shit. Fix that. Fix this.
Hopefully well.
Arcoda,
Okay.
you
Go ahead,
must
take
be
your
really
second
good with your deity to have him or her instill the blessings of heal pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm reading that right now.
Yes, same here.
You must be clearly on the high pedestal of chosen ones.
Yeah, well,
We just keep moving along. So with
By
all
the
that
way,
being
I
said,
apologize for any of the
Next.
screens down here.
Next.
changing The pictures. has something to do with that camera. So
you
nothing
guys
I can do about
take a
that.
short rest. Maybe eat a little bit of food. Go ahead and all the character maintenance is done, so to speak.
Protect the ale.
And Travak builds a pair of stilts.
I'm actually going to be trying to wear those as we go forward to try to get
through snowdrifts.
more-
You're going to try to put stilts on.
Well, they actually might help get through the high snow. So I don't get stuck in a big snow hill,
It
but
becomes readily apparent that you cannot keep pace with the party wearing stilts in the snow for your first attempt.
And we're speeding up.
all right.
I'm just throwing it out there.
So then I'll add a wrinkle to my. Do I have an ability where I can make them so they can be attached to my bottom legs high up, but then a string or something I can just use as a free action
Fold
to
them down. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say not
can't
in an
use.
hour on a
All right,
whim.
all right.
Lev, just
Yes,
to be
sir.
clear, Thorfey has also used her arcane recovery to gain back one spell slot.
One spell slot.
Yep.
Yep. Very good. So we're gonna continue on here.
Well, that was a successful combat.
Yes.
If you say so.
So
We're successful.
Berend, is this the time now where you might want to adjust where you are not taking the point in our
You
lead
guys
here?
want to come up with an
I heard all
official
the crying-
marching
I
order?
heard all the crying from the back of the rows here. So
Do you fellas want an official marching order?
Yeah, put me in the middle.
Okay, who's in the front? That's what
I
wanna
will take the front.
I'll be
Then I don't
towards
want
the
to hear
front.
it when you're in the front.
all your dwarven hair is full of wet from all the tears.
So let me get this straightened out. So Berenda's in the front. Are you going single file, 2x2? How are you doing this?
I don't know who's up in the front with me. I don't. That
I'll
the
be up in the
extra
front
behind
with you
you.
so I can make fun of you a little bit.
All right.
Side by side, I'm thinking.
Sure.
Yeah, if there's room for
Yeah.
it, sure.
All right. So who is in the next row?
Are we in the party tracker?
No, I'm just doing the combat tracker, putting people in order.
Oh, okay.
Arcoda will be next.
All right. Who's next to Arcoda?
Thorfey.
Thorfey. That leaves Travak in the back by himself. And now that I have that sorted out,
Where road should be.
Where that beard should be.
I am going to go to the order in the combat tracker and put you guys in the way I see it. Right. So there's Berend, and then Dutheon, and then Arcoda, and then Thorfey. Actually, I'm going to spread you guys out like this a little bit, because I'm sure that's what you're going to want. And then Travak, right? And so this is basically what the party
Lev.
marching order is.
Lev, can you move me to the right so I have a pretty good visibility
You should be able
of
to move yourself.
Okay, all right.
Is that good enough for you, or you want more or less in
No,
between?
I just wanted to get a better view.
Okay. All right, good enough. So this is the actual marching order of things. And with that, we're going to continue. So a full day of walking has brought you to the buried Vale. Named for its position rather than any relationship to the deceased, the Vale is situated between two small peaks. While snow still lies heavy at its base, you can make out the opening of a cave on the northern ridge. The sun will be setting soon, but it should only be a short climb to reach your destination. Am I to assume that you climb to the cave and enter?
What are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for?
Okay.
Let's go.
We're waiting for a long rest. Is what we're waiting for.
It's a long wait.
I
So
feel
bear with
fine.
me.
Guess you should have prayed harder.
I should have been more selfish, is what I should have been.
Yeah, thank you for the assist, by the way.
Oh, well, I'm glad you finally recognized that.
I was down. Who knew?
All right, bear with me as I bring things along. Okay. The cave's entrance leads to a small natural chamber, and the waning daylight from outside provides just enough illumination for you to see the cave's interior, which is littered with rubble and old animal bones. In the northernmost portion of the cave, you can make out a stone door. When you draw near, you notice it has no handle or keyhole and is covered in an unfamiliar script. And if you give me a second, I will provide the unfamiliar script in the chat. And there it is. So if anybody understands that, more power to you. And if you don't, what would you like to do?
Looks interesting. Is there any chance that's an arcane script? May I take a look at it and examine and see, using my arcane training, maybe I might recognize some symbols or determine if there's something of that nature to it?
You certainly can. Are you going to approach the door, or how are you doing this?
Well, I probably do. I imagine I'll have to get a little bit closer at least to examine the script. So I'll do that.
Go ahead and move yourself where you want to be. Okay.
Close enough to see well?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I'll even light a torch so I can see with plenty of light.
All right. So you light up a torch, and you're going to pull an Arcana check, I believe, on that script, right? Is that the case?
Correct. Yes, that's right.
Go ahead and put it in the tower for me.
In the tower it is.
Okay. You're pretty certain it's not arcane.
Well, it's no language I'm familiar with. Perhaps history, any historical. I've done a lot of reading. I'm well studied in the art of the long distance history of this area. I think there'd be a chance that maybe I might understand that there's some kind of ancient language I might not be familiar with, at least be able to recognize an ancient script.
Well, you definitely know it's a language that you're not familiar with, but you're not recognizing it as anything just being old. It just happens to be a language you don't know.
Right.
Thorfey, let me take a look.
All right. I'll step aside and hold the torch.
All right. And Arcota steps up, and I assume, or what are you doing? I won't assume anything.
I'm going to, I know Celestial, so I'm going to see if between Celestial and religious languages, I'm going to investigate.
So you're going to try investigation to see if it is celestial or religious.
Correct.
All right, give me a roll in the tower. Okay. You are pretty sure it is neither of those. It just appears to be a language that you don't know.
Looks like gibberish to me, guys.
I'll at least try. I'm not very good with different types of languages, but at least I'll take a gander.
I'll hold the torch. Oh, he's getting up close. Good.
Okay. So you gander, and obviously you can see in the chat what it looks like.
Yeah.
What are you?
So
any
first,
particular
I'm just gonna
skill set?
I'm just gonna rule out if there's anything that maybe it's a certain. What the hell is that?
I tried to drag on it.
Oh, I can read it. Exit through the gift shop.
Yeah.
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 It's much more clear now.
Yeah.
First, just kind of ruling out if it's maybe glyphs of any kind of rogue guild through sort of a thieves method of communication. See if there's any kind of.
Sure. So you look it over with the trained eye of one who is dealt with secret code before from from thieves guilds and whatnot, thieves' cants, and you don't recognize it either.
I will then. I don't think I have any other languages more than the rest of my kin here. I think we all can read Undercommon, I believe. So the only thing else I will try to explore is if I can use any kind of, maybe investigate by looking at maybe certain shapes or way that they're mapped out. Draw on some of anything I may have learned through any investigative work I've done in the past or studies that might at least give me. I may not be able to read it, but maybe give me some kind of genre of the language.
So you're trying to use an investigation check to see if you can determine what language it is, even though you can't read it.
Investigation or pulling on my insight or anything from my studies. We can sort of defer to what might be appropriate.
Why don't you give me an investigation check in the tower?
Yeah, you might not know Russian, but you might recognize Russian characters.
Right. Like I could probably tell you what like Chinese looks like, but can't read it.
Probably
Right,
not.
right.
All right. Did that go through?
No.
Okay, hang on. All right, I grabbed the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. How about if I try this?
That works out pretty well, actually. And, your trained eye of having looked over many maps and ciphers and things like that, and your search for riches in your training, you can't read it at all, but you're pretty sure it's abyssal.
Okay. All right. I will share with the group if anyone can have any ability to decipher from the abyssal sort of tongue, have at you. But
Or you might want to keep it to yourself.
yeah. I will return to my rank.
All right.
At least I did some part.
Okay.
I say we just push it open already.
Yes, let's do it.
Help yourself.
I'll go up and do it. I'll push it.
Okay. So
I'll step back here just to provide better light.
better hallway vision.
Exactly.
Okay.
Duthion's
So
not the most patient person.
So hold on. So here's the deal. Duthien,
I think if you use your head, it might work better. That's what I hear. That must be what the abyssal language is saying. Knock with your head.
So Duthien steps up and he's about to crank on this door. Is anybody helping him?
I will gladly help.
All right. Get up there with him.
Hang on.
So, Berend, if you take him and use him as a battering ram, that might be a good way to aid him.
I'm trying to figure out how to cast guidance.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have rolled then.
You have to drop the effect onto him.
Yeah, don't. Normally you would drop the effect. Don't bother doing it at this point. He's already rolled, and he's made it. And because guidance is only a cantrip, it would be what it would be. So he literally grabs the left edge of this door and just starts cranking, and he does wind up opening the door. If you
That's
hold
how
on,
it's done.
Hold on while I get the rest of this kind of set up.
You keep on going, buddy. I like the dripping water.
Yeah, it's a nice effect. Okay. Bear with me.
Did you gray out the map, or did mine just go weird?
Well, the map was grayed out, and I just ungrayed part of it.
Mine looks like it's gray, but maybe I can scroll around and find it again.
Oh, I found it.
I've got
It's at
nothing.
the bottom.
Yeah. Yep. So the room beyond is damp, musty, and dark. From the doorway, you can see a large obelisk in its center.
Does the obelisk have more of these characters and stuff on it?
The obelisk definitely has some sort of symbols or writing, and then it looks from this distance like it might be dirty or something. It's tough to see this far away.
Arcoda, do you have any familiarity with Abyssal in terms of what types of creatures or races or heritage speaks that? I only recognized it, but learned who actually is common to speak the tongue.
I can't even spell it.
All right. So at this point, I've got Dutheon, who is entering the room, right?
Can you re-push the map? I've not got it.
It's way at the bottom. You got to drag it all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, it's all the way to the bottom. It's a very narrow map. It's all the way at the bottom.
Okay, I'll just keep holding that thing for a while longer.
All right, and so I'm gonna continue on with this description here.
Thorfey, you got the you're taking notes, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right. So I'm going to continue on here. The room beyond is damp, musty, and dark. From the doorway, you can see a large obelisk in its center. The walls appear to be made of worked stone, and shadowy alcoves lie to the east and west. As you pass through the door's threshold, you notice movement in the alcoves and hear a rattling sound from behind you.
In the room that we're in?
The room that you're in and behind you. And I'm about to deal with that. Give me a second.
I'm going back outside for a long rest.
Sorry, that was just my stomach.
So does everybody have the map?
Yeah.
I'm bringing it. I'm trying to bring it back from the library.
Yes.
Can we tone that down, or is it just me?
Well, you can tone it down on your end. With your player, just lower the volume.
Turn it down very much.
I got it down to the minimum.
Okay.
All set. Got the map back.
Actually, no, it's not turning down for me.
Yeah, I got it on the minimum. It's still overshadowing everyone.
Really? I turn mine down, it drops.
That's better.
Okay.
I wonder if the Syrinscape is going through your Skype somehow.
Maybe. I don't think so, though, looking at my meters here.
But that's how you got it now is fine.
Well, I turned my volume all the way down to nothing, and it was still blaring. And then when you said you turned yours down, mine went down.
Yeah, I think mine might be like a master control that I turned down.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. Moving on. So what's going on is in the room with the obelisks, there are 3 kobold zombies that just popped up. And in the original cave that you guys entered, some of those animal bones just popped together and sprang up, and that is a skeletal wolf.
Get into the room. Get into the room where you can shut the door.
So I am going to go ahead and take care of initiatives for everybody here. 1 second.
Yay.
There is the initiative order, and the cleric, with a skeletal wolf right next to him, just about craps his pants, and adrenaline kicks in, and he is first.
What an overhead swing.
Holy symbol to the front.
And unbeknownst to himself, he's already making a prayer.
Okay, so you're going to target the wolf.
With an overhead smash, trying not to catch the ceiling.
Ceiling's 15 feet high. Hit. Nice, good job. Very, very good.
Yeah, very, very good. It still nicked the side of the wall and came down on his baby toe.
But it doesn't like your bludgeoning device.
Yeah, if you look, it looks like it did a lot more than you think it did.
It doesn't like that bludgeoning device that you just wheeled on.
It did double damage.
Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
He wishes he had hit him harder.
Okay, Dutheon.